Hey, I'm Paul with Rack Attack, and this is the Yakima EXO SwingBase with the EXO GearLocker. Here we have it installed onto this vehicle that's equipped with a 2-inch receiver hitch, and we have the GearLocker installed onto the EXO SwingBase. We'll go ahead and take off the GearLocker and take off the SwingBase, show you how it works and reinstall it, and go over all the unique features of this system. So for starters, we have the EXO GearLocker detached. I'll set this off to the side. And then here we have the EXO SwingBase. I'll go ahead and put it in its closed position by swinging the ends inward. And there you can see how it can have a very small form factor. I will disconnect the bolt that holds it to the hitch. Here I just have this installed by hand just for this demonstration. When we put it back on, we'll tighten it up and I'll show you how that works in order to remove all the wobble and make the interface between the stinger of the swing base and your hitch completely rigid. So it has a very robust design. All the fasteners and bolts and materials are extra heavy duty for this system. Okay, so here we have the entire swing base. Inside, you can see we have a nut that's inserted. That nut can be installed on either side of the stinger, depending on which way is best for your particular vehicle in order to maintain the clearance you need on either side. So if you prefer to have the bolt go through this way, you would just loosen up the fastener and reinstall this nut on the opposite side. So it gives you the versatility for vehicles that may have clearance issues in this regard. Okay, also you have an end piece on here which is designed to accommodate the Yakima hitch lock. So that will provide security. So the threading will provide the anti-wobble and the lock on the end will provide the theft deterrent. And this is part of Yakima's SKS system, which stands for Same Key System, meaning that all of the locks throughout your entire EXO system and other Yakima products that are part of the SKS system can all be key matched when planned ahead. Okay, so now overall construction is very heavy gauge steel construction with a thick, durable powder coat finish for long-lasting durability. Now I'll go ahead and take it and reinstall into the receiver. Okay, so first I'll just insert the stinger into the receiver. And once I have it started, I will use the hitch bolt as a feeler by inserting that through the hitch pin hole and then bringing the rack inward. Okay, now because there's more weight on the passenger side than there is on the driver's side, I'll support the passenger side of this EXO SwingBase to make sure that there's no friction while I tighten up this anti-wobble hitch bolt. So it's threading in all by hand. It is a fine thread, which helps to minimize the chance for it to loosen on its own. The fine threading serves that purpose, but it does require that you have to turn it quite a bit. So the longer you can do that with your fingers, the better. That makes it more convenient so you don't have to use a wrench for as many turns. Okay, so as I get close, it begins to get more difficult with my fingers. So now I can take the 22 millimeter wrench, the 24 millimeter wrench that's included, and finish off the tightening of this bolt. And so as I do that again, I will continue to lift and on the passenger side of the swing, just to make sure that's fully tightened. So now we're fully tightened, and here you can see we have absolutely no play between the stinger of the EXO SwingBase and your receiver hitch. So you have a very rigid connection without any any play whatsoever. Okay, so let's look at some of the details of how this design is set up. It is a swing out design, so we have a quick release knob that allows us to detach the two halves of the swing out base, and then that will allow us to swing the entire platform portion 90 degrees out, and then this other knob engages so that it doesn't come back on itself or go any further out. Okay, so then as we bring it back, it snaps back into itself on this end again. And then here you have, similar to the anti-wobble hitch bolt, we have another anti-wobble device here which brings these two halves together, essentially making them as one, so there's no play whatsoever. So you turn this knob and that brings those two ends together, making the interface between these two rigid. Okay, now we have the arms that extend out that will support the various carriers that are compatible with this design. So I'll pull out another knob on this end and swing that out to the outside. And then now we have access to this knob. I'll pull that one and swing it out. And now you have the support for all the compatible gears using a cleat system. And so I'll show you what the cleat system is that you find on the various carriers, whether it be the EXO GearLocker that we're demonstrating today, or the other EXO products such as the bicycle carriers, ski carriers, cargo basket, and other accessories. So let me go ahead and grab the EXO GearLocker. And here on the underside, you can see the cleats that are pre-installed on the underside of this gear locker. And so all we have to do is just engage those cleats onto the top of the arms, and then on this end we have the knobs that will turn, and as we turn, those cleats will be locked into place. They'll be held into place to where it can't come out. And now we also have the lock and key to provide a theft deterrent. So now that knob just spins freely. And does not allow the detachment of the EXO gear locker from the bases. Now the gear locker itself is a very lightweight yet durable ABS plastic. We can unlock it. Also again, same key system for the locks, and enabling you to key match all of the various locks that you have. You have tie down locations along with straps that are included to provide good stability for the gear inside. You have dual force struts on each end of the lid in order to lift the lid to hold it open while you're loading and unloading. And then as you bring the lid down, it will engage in 3 locations in order to have good security and prevent the lid from lifting. So when I close that, if one of those latches is not fully engaged, then you can see here the key will not come out. So as a safety measure, it's important that all 3 latches are engaged, and then the key can be turned to the lock position and the key can be removed. Okay, so now with the box in position, we can demonstrate how that can be beneficial to accessing the back of the vehicle with gear loaded. So this box can support up to 100 pounds and can be brought out to the side, giving you full access into the back of the vehicle, even with your box fully loaded. And now to bring it back, again, I have the lever that I'll lift and then bring that swing away back into place here. close the lever. Okay. And so that covers all the main features of the Yakima EXO SwingBase, along with the Yakima EXO GearLocker. This product, along with a full line of Yakima products, are available at rackattack.com. Please see the link in our video description for all your buying options. And if you have any questions or comments on this particular product, feel free to leave those in the comments section below. And consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. We upload new videos weekly. And thanks for watching.